At the close of the 2021 academic year, women made up 59.5% of college students, an all-time high. Men, 40.5%, according to enrollment data from the National Student Clearinghouse. U.S. colleges and universities had 1.5 million fewer students compared with 5 years ago, and men accounted for 71% of that decline. Okay, that's stunning. If the trend holds within the next 5 years, 2/3 of all college degrees in the United States will be granted to women. The male drop-off in college holds across race, age, geography, and economic background. In other words, unlike many stories in America today, it's not class or race, it's gender. There's no one reason as to why men are choosing to forego college, but there is a consensus on one thing. This is really not good for society. Like it or not, a 4-year college degree is required for entry to the upper echelon of America. Think about how many jobs that have.
Boy, don't tell Aaron Clary that. I should point this out right now is because we're talking about college entry and the keys to success or future success is still tagged to a college university degree. And in some ways, yes. In most ways, no. And it's not so much about guys not wanting to do those things. It's about or following that particular path. It's guys would rather be in their escape. That's what he's about to say here in just a second. Well, we'll address that in a second. But it's also the fact that for the last almost 60 years, at least from 1960, let's just say 1970. Let's round it off. From 1970 to where we are right now, we have done nothing but empower women. We have done nothing but create special dispensation for women. We have done nothing but force women into fields that they don't really have any natural proclivity for. Not that they can't do those things. It's just they just simply don't have a natural desire to do those things. We don't see women working in engineering. We don't see women desiring to get into raw sewage. We don't see women wanting to get into construction. There are certain fields of expertise that you're simply never going to see women in. But in the fields that they do get into, we make it as easy as possible. We push and push and push. And we complain and cry and kvetch and whatever else you want to call it about how women can't get into the top, at the top of the pyramid. We talk about apex fallacies all day long. But really, guys like this don't want to analyze where we've come from. They're only looking at the symptoms and not the disease. So
nothing to do with college still require a degree. And from there, that's just the entry point. Media, economics, politics, law, business, venture capital, almost all professional jobs today require a college degree. It's simply a bare minimum to even get a shot at competing. Now, not having half the population.
Okay, that's been talking about getting a college degree to get a shot at the competition, right? Yeah, I mean, depending on the field that you want to get into. But if you go and you're talking, God, I wish I had Aaron Clary on just for this one part right here. But if you go and you look statistically speaking, most guys are laying off or they're staying out of college because why? Because it's a socialist indoctrination camp. We hear that constantly. You guys don't want to go to college for a variety of different reasons. First and foremost, is because you got to take out enormous amounts of debt. If we go and you look at the debt ceiling, or you look at the debt load that women carry, at least in the United States, they carry something like, I'll dig it up. I'll let this go a little bit. I'll find you the exact stats for this. But women carry 2/3 of the American student debt load. You want to know why Biden was so popular amongst the young women as for voting for him? It's because he promised to absolve them of that student debt. Debt forgiveness. Of course, he's very popular. 2/3 of women have the most amount of money invested in student debt right now, not men. So when he talks about, 2/3 of women are going to get degrees and they're going to be out there and that's going to cause a real big problem. Yeah, it is. It already is. It's been causing a problem for a long time, Cigar. But the fact of the matter is we have a generation of guys who don't see exactly the value of what you're talking about. It's not. Universities used to be a place where you would get an education. And you've heard me say this before, that an education is a reward unto itself. To be a well-educated human being, to be able to speak knowledgeably on a variety of subjects, to have at least an introduction to critical analysis, critical thinking, like those kinds of things. Absolutely. But well, how do we look at college right now? We look at it as the prerequisite for getting the job that we want, because if we don't get it, we won't get as high a job. We won't get higher education. We'll be locked out of the American workplace if we don't have a college degree. Second of all, right now, speaking just locally, speaking in 2021, think of how many people are looking for work right now. I was up in Lake Tahoe. I'm looking at restaurants that will give you a $500 sign-on bonus if you'll come up there and be a fry cook. No lie. I saw 2 of them with banners saying, come on in. We have a sign-on bonus. $500. We'll give you a $500 stipend if you come in here and you become a chef for us. No experience required. Just waltz on in, my friends. Thank you for that. I believe that was a suit. Thank you, Setal Holm. Thank you. So again, this is 20th century thinking right here. I'm not saying it's not I think education is valuable just unto itself, and education is its own reward, being able to speak knowledgeably. But that's, a lot of guys are very hesitant of that now, because they see this. They see their sisters go off to college and they look like, Susie Cream Cheese, they look like, blonde hair, blue eyed, like, well-adjusted young lady. And they come out 4 years later and they've got their hair chopped off. It's purple, and they're, wearing, electrical tape over their nipples and the next protest. Right? we see this all the time. Guys will talk about this, how like the before and after, before feminism and after feminism, before college, after college. You see those shots all the time. And again, it's unignorable. While guys are just dropping out, they need to man up and take responsibility. That's going to be his recipe for solving this problem here in just a moment. But again, the idea, the plan, the path is 20th century. It is old order thinking. There are other paths. There are other ways. Are those guys finding that? No. But this is an old order way, an old order style of thinking.